Hey fam! Welcome back. I'm excited to have you here. This is actually my first video on the channel, but it is not the first video that I filmed. I did film this entire look. This look will be coming up after this one, so keep your eye out for that one. I hope you enjoy that one as much as this one. It was definitely a lot of fun to film and just kind of sit down and talk to you guys about why I'm using these products and why I love them so much. They really are just have like changed my life. They changed everything on my vanity. Every time I find something great, it gets added to the vanity. So, but that is why you're here. What do I have on my vanity? I will tell you guys in my top 5 series. So roll the clip. So as you can see, we are doing a top 5 series on my channel. I will do top 5s all of the time for you guys. I'm going to be top 5 brushes, top 5 moisturizers, top 5, like today, palettes, you know, anything you guys want that's a top 5 from me, I will be happy to do. So today we are focusing on my top 5 palettes, which was really hard to pick. I do have quite a few different palettes, and even though I love all of my palettes pretty equally, I think there are some that just stand out among the crowd that have just like I reach for all the time, or if I'm playing around, that's definitely something that I want to use. One of those is definitely ones that I use for playing around because it has multicolors in it and it's phenomenal. It's a great palette. So today, top 5 eyeshadow palettes. I guess we should just go ahead and jump right in. Also, I am not naked, dirty-minded human. I am 100% clothed from Fashion Nova. A dress, blue velvet. It's stunning. I love it. Thank you. So we will start with number 5. And number 5, it was hard for me to pick because I do have an honorable mention in this video. If I could get the word out of my dang mouth, I have an honorable mention, and it was really between the two of these ones. But this one did just by a hair because of one color, and I'll tell you why. So not honorable mention. Oh my god, I wish I could just speak. Like, it would just make my life so much easier. I do this all the time. My sister will tell you I have zero idea what I'm talking about. Words come out my mouth. I mesh words and make a new word all the time. Who knows why? Anyway, Modern Renaissance. My baby. This was like my first big purchase on an eyeshadow palette. I have never spent so much coin in my life until I, bought this little thing. Stunning. Like, God, guys, the colors in it. The colors. She's used and abused. I have yet to hit pan. I'm terrified of hitting pan on my eyeshadow palettes because I do use the hell out of them. But just like, oh, she's so pretty. Look at her. Stunning. Just stunning. Every color is good in here, but the color that I'm telling you guys is my favorite is Primavera. I dig into this baby so much. It does, if I'm doing like a bright color, but I want like a nice shiny gold lid, Primavera. If I want like a gold inner corner, Primavera. If I'm doing a neutral, freaking Primavera. Like, that color is just so good. I've just dug the hell out of her. So she is definitely my number 5. The only reason she is not, higher up in the scale is because I don't play with like neutralies too much anymore. I'm really like a big bold color girl now. I did do a neutral look for this video because I do get requested a lot to do that from my Facebook friends and family. So I definitely wanted to do that for them. But I'm a big color girl now. I really love color. I think it's great to like match my outfits and be super monochromatic because I am that bitch. No one can tell me otherwise. Number 5. So I'm a mess. Moving forward, we have number 4. Number 4 is kind of between 2 palettes for me, but definitely I think this one is a number 4. This I don't even think you can get anymore, and I hate having to tell you guys this, but I don't think you can get it. Hush used to be an app that you could download, and I mean, really, really good priced makeup. Some of it was trash, absolute trash, but I mean, like, you would find $5 palettes, like $10 palettes that would be huge, great pigment. You can find lip glosses, lashes, all sorts of stuff. This happened to be one of the $5 palettes. It's called Atlantis. It's from Face Candy Makeup. Now, I have reached out to Face Candy Makeup quite a few different times. I asked, hey, are you guys still like a business? Are you still in? I have not heard anything back. They haven't posted on their Instagram. Hush is not even a usable app anymore. So I'm really sorry that you guys can't get this one anymore, but she is definitely in my top, and I can show you why. Like, I live for teals. Teal is my favorite color of all things. Teal, like seafoamy colors, are my favorite. Next to corals, I love corals, which is why my theme is like that. And my logo and stuff is all like the teals and the pink. But this palette was made as a dupe to, I can't remember if it was Tarte or Too Faced. It was one of those. I can update you down in the description box about that. Made like an April Fool's-y type palette, and everybody didn't know that it was an April Fool's joke. It was an April Fool's joke, apparently. Terrible idea, because it would have sold millions, like millions of it would have sold. This is what it looked like in the April Fool's thing from Tarte, and it was like, oh, April Fool's, we're not making that palette. Well, Face Candy was like, bitch, I'll make that palette, and I'm gonna make a lot of money off of it, because girl, I bought it. And this palette is phenomenal. There is not a bad shade in this palette at freaking all. It is so good. I'm so passionate about it. I tell everybody about this palette, and I really hope that the brand comes back, because if they could still make this one, they could raise the price and I would pay $15 for it. I really would. It comes with a freaking mirror in it. Like, oh God, oh, it's so good. So 12 colors for $5, and they're super pigmented. Unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. I look weird without jewelry on, but I'm not putting jewelry on because we're already this far, so deal with it. What do I think is this is gonna drive me crazy if I don't put it back. I'm trying to be more organized because I told my hubby that I would be more organized in my beauty room. He clocked me, the house, but that's okay. So for my number 3 palette, oh my goodness. This palette I just recently got, and I love her so very much. It is the Honey palette from Colourpop. And when I tell you buttery soft, flawless blending, and even though it's all a monochromatic yellow palette, there are a lot of looks that you can do with this. This deeper taupey color you can use as a transition shade and use like one of the shimmers and be done and go on your way about this. When I first reviewed this palette and I did an eye look on it, I did a whole color series. I can link you guys my Instagram underneath where you can see my color series that I did with it. Their Dream Big Vault is what I did. But these colors are so good. I mean, just like butter. They show up without a problem. The only thing that is the downfall in this palette is the pressed glitter, and it really did not review well, which I think is a shame because it does say on the back some of these are not, you know, good for direct eye use. And you have the option of using it near your direct eye or not using it near your direct eye. I don't see a problem with using Palooza, which is the pressed glitter here in the middle. I don't have a problem with using a like glitter glue and putting it on. I really don't. I don't have a problem doing that because then you know it's not going to get in your eye. The only problem that I found with it, excuse me, dry mouth. The only problem I have with it is the hexagonal shapes that are in there tend to bunch up together. They all like, you know, collect together and it looks weird. It doesn't have like an even mix on it. I would like to play with it again and give it another fair shot. It didn't work with my glitter glue. I used the NYX glitter glue, which has always done me well for years when I play with glitters. I have every shade of NYX glitter in my back stack over here. So, but that palette, again, the Honey is my number 3 palette. She's so good. Definitely, I think is worth your coin if you want to go out there and get it. I would recommend getting the whole vault. I'm going to recommend it off the bat. The whole vault should be in this top 5. It really should. But if I had not experienced these other palettes, those would be. It comes with 6 red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. It comes with 6 palettes of monochromatic moments, and they are all great in their own way. Definitely just try it out. I think you'll love it. I really, really do. So moving on to number 2. Number 2 is a palette that I do tell a lot of people about. I discuss this one quite a bit on my Instagram. I've done several looks with this palette. And I feel like this brand does not get enough recognition for the work that they put into their stuff. But this is the Flamingo palette from Voss. This is my number 2 palette for many reasons. As you can see, I do have a lot of use in her. I do clean my palettes. I don't like having a messy palette at all. I really don't. The only one that I can't get clean is the Modern Renaissance one because of just the packaging that it is. But all the ones that have this nice vinyl on them, I do tend to clean because I hate opening up my palette and it's just a mess. It drives me crazy. But this is the palette. She is absolutely gorgeous. So many different colors to play with. As you can see, it's got my favorite kind of teals in there. My pinks are in there. This shade right here, this freaking shade, Island, is to die for. I've used it so many times. She just does wonders for me. She does absolute wonders for me, and I love it. It's a great palette. I will link all of the palettes that I'm discussing and the pricing down below because I don't remember pricing off the bat. I could pull it up. I could. But I'm using my phone to film, so I cannot. So this is the front of the palette. I mean, absolutely gorgeous packaging, really well done. When they launched this, it did come with a bunch of other things. I think it came with like a highlighting thing as well, some lippies and stuff. But the palette was something that I needed to get, and I'm glad I did. That was another big coin spender for me. And I usually don't spend that big of coin on palettes anymore. I try to stay within like the $20 to $30 range. Unless something completely like knocks my socks off, I'm not going to be spending that amount of money on it. I just don't see the point. Like I will never buy a Natasha Denona palette. I will never buy a Viseart palette. Those are just, I think it's crazy. I can get just as good for cheap. Like, it's so insane that people are spending that kind of money for it. I get spending money for a name, but don't add like $100 for the name. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, oh, that's crazy. Like, I'll spend an extra $20 for a name, maybe. Like, Anastasia, I could see, like, she's got a good rep, girl. Like, Norvina, that's my boo. Gorgeous. But I'm not spending that much for a name. It's not happening. Number 1. And I think a lot of people will be surprised that I say that this is my number 1. But I have never in my life seen a more versatile palette that I can use every day. I still use it all of the time. I used it the other day to go out to lunch with my friend. And she still slays the hell out of me, dude. Like, just absolutely kills it. She really does. So this is the Nice palette from Kylie Cosmetics. As you can see, it's got little fuzzy bubbles. I love it. I do have the Naughty palette. This was given to me by a friend. I've used it a couple times. It's not really my style, I wouldn't say, but the Nice palette is definitely my style. And while it does have a lot of neutrals in it, she's got plenty of colors in here for me to play with. Lots of colors, really good pigment. They're super blendable. I just reached for this more than I thought I would when I first picked it up. When I got it for her, ooh, I almost dropped it. Oh my God. When I first picked it up for her Christmas collection, I was with a bunch of friends and we were all like, oh my God, we have to get it. Like, the collection is so cute. And I was going back and forth. I was like, well, I have a lot of neutral palettes and I don't think I need another neutral palette. And I almost bought Naughty. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because the 2 girls that I was friends with that bought Naughty, they don't really use them. And like I said, I don't really use mine either, but I love to have it because it's part of the collection, and so I really enjoy it. And I do reach for it. Don't get me wrong. But not as much as this one. I use this one way too much. I use it a lot. I really do. This is like the perfect inner highlight. It's nice and gold and like rich, warm. It doesn't even make sense the way I'm trying to explain it. Warm ice, like, but it really does make sense. And this one here, it had a lot of like backlash because it's technically a topper. It is technically a topper. You should put like her burgundy shade down and then put this one on, or you should put this nice mauve shade down and then put this one down. but I can use it on top of my concealer. I can use that color and it'll go on and it'll look perfect. And it's just the right shade of whatever the hell chromatic moment that is. And it's absolutely stunning. And I'm so glad I bought this palette and I still use it all the time. I actually did tweet Kylie Cosmetics about it. How much did I use it? And they were like, oh my God, we're so glad that you still use it. And I'm like, girl, you have no idea how much I still use this palette. You really don't. You have no idea. So those are my top 5 palettes. And this is quite a quick video, but it's kind of good for me to get into like the rhythm of doing something with you guys, with just like a top 5 series. I'm just so excited to be here and to film for you guys. I really, really am. I've been asked for years to do a YouTube channel and I've been so scared, and I kind of talk about that more in my next video, where, you know, it's hard to live up to like a stigma and you don't want someone to think of you in a different way. So but I have just really enjoyed this. I think this is so much fun. Those are my top 5s. I will do my honorable mention now, and the reason I'm doing this honorable mention is because it is what I use on my eyes in my next video. So when I do my full face next, you will see this palette. This palette is my honorable mention number 6. It almost beat out the Modern Renaissance palette. It is the Born to Run palette from Urban Decay. This palette I almost did not get. I almost didn't get it and I almost missed out on something phenomenal. I have never had luck with Urban Decay palettes. I owned 2 Urban Decay palettes prior to this one that I just did not enjoy. I had the Smoky palette and I did buy the Naked Heat palette. And I just didn't like it. I really didn't. I didn't like either of them. I thought they were a little patchy. I found them kind of hard to blend. I didn't think the quality was there for the price that you pay for them, to be honest. But this baby right here, I spent some coin on it. I was like, that is a massive selection. They finally did square pans because I hate the freaking strips. I hate it with a passion, those strips. I love squares, circles. Give all the squares and circles. Triangles, give it to me. But don't give me freaking strips, because I cannot get my big, like when I'm doing some stuff, my big fluffy blenders, they don't go in there. But guess what they go in? They go in there. And that is exactly why I'm pretty particular about the way that I use my makeup. So this palette, I use a lot. I used it to do this eye look, a nice little neutral, 3 shades and done. Like, that's it. I used the top 2, Riff, Good As Gone, and we used Stranded up here, this beautiful gold. Absolutely stunning. It almost beats out Primavera, but not quite. It's just not as good as I like. So this is my honorable mention. And the palette itself is just, she's stunning. She really is. It's a beautiful palette. It's like heavy and it feels like rich. It's good to travel with. I've traveled with this before when I used to travel for work. Yes, I used to work. I know. But when I would travel for work all the time, I was in hotels. This is a palette that I would bring with me along with my Modern Renaissance one, if I'm being very honest with you. And I loved this palette. I don't loved it. I love it now. It's a current love. Excuse me, my voice is very dry right now. Talking so much to you guys about my palettes. So again, like all of my children, I love them so much. They're not all going to fit in my hand, are they? How many am I holding? 4? Oh, it's underneath the Born to Run palette. I'm an idiot. These are my top 5s, guys. They are my top 5s. They are so good. And I really think that you guys should consider getting one, if not all of them. You can't get Atlantis, so I'm sorry about that again. You also can't get Nice, but the other 3 are all available still to purchase. So definitely go out there, spend some coin, you know, expand your collection like I have. I have at least 10 other palettes sitting here in front of me, one of which I have to do a review on for you guys. I haven't played with it at all yet. I want to do it on video. 2 of them, I'm sorry. 2 of them, one of them being the Anastasia Alyssa Edwards palette. I have not played with this at all yet. I literally have 2 palettes coming in the mail from Colourpop still that I'm going to be playing with. So I could very well do this series again in 6 months and it would be different palettes. It really could be, because I buy palettes all the time and I love them all for different reasons. So that is why. But that was the video. Those are my top 5s, plus a little extra for you guys, the one that I did this look on. Again, if you do want to see this look, this video will be up. This video will be up before that one again. This one will be up on Thursday. That one will probably be up on Monday. I'm going to try and make Mondays and Thursdays my filming days. Not filming days, my upload days. My filming days are kind of sporadic and all over the place. So definitely very excited about it. Just excited to be here. I really am. Thank you guys so much for your support and pushing me to do this, because if it was not for my family and friends, I wouldn't be doing this. And I know it's something that I love, and I truly do enjoy this. It's so much fun to kind of just sit down and talk to you guys about why I love things. So thank you again. I love you. You're my family. Thank you, fam. Have a good day. Okay. Are you going to have a good day? I hope so. If you're going to have a good day, this is getting dragged out. I don't really care. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Because if you don't do those things, then how are you going to know when I upload? Big brain Mary over here thinking. So definitely do that. Do I have? Yeah, makeup. It's just makeup. All right. So thank you again, fam. And I hope to see you in the next one.